Previously on Does Someone Have to Go? We went to Anaheim, California, where DFX, a successful company that makes gyroscopic fitness equipment, now finds itself knee-deep in dysfunction.
There's no point in having this conversation. You're detracting from what I was just saying.
The worst policy here is definitely the video monitoring. It's intrusive and it makes me feel like I'm not trusted.
With a micromanaging father overshadowing her, owner Farron decided she was unable to fix the company problems on her own, so she turned the power over to her employees.
For the next 48 hours, you will all be the boss. You're gonna have to ask yourself the hardest question: does someone have to go?
In order to help identify the problem individuals, shocking truths were revealed.
Paige doesn't know as much as she thinks she knows.
Okay, then.
Brian's the most annoying employee.
Wow.
But uncovering salaries would reveal that the owner's father, Tom, is controlling the money and severely underpaying everyone.
Where the is all the profit going? Because everybody here is underpaid.
Now you will be identifying 3 employees who could be terminated.
Tom got us to this dysfunctional situation.
Then we've got to get him out of here. You have annoyed me.
Your and Tom's relationship is terrible.
I'm making a call, Tom.
Ultimately, Brian, Paige, and Tom were identified as the 3 biggest problems in the company.
It frustrates me because I didn't create this mess.
Each must now fight for their jobs if they want to remain at DFX. And later, the boss returns to hear the verdict for her own father.
Listen. How you gonna tell me to listen?
You wouldn't let me talk.
Because I'm not finished with my statement.
No. Wait.
Please don't touch me.
There's laws against the way he treats me.
You're lazy.
You don't know what the hell I do. These are grown-ass people. We're treating them like kids.
I don't understand your point.
If I was the boss, I would probably demote Paige.
The first thing I would do, fire Brian for good.
For the next 48 hours, we are gonna leave the company in your hands.
All of you are gonna become the boss of this company.
What?
This is serious.
Make them proud. Let's go.
Sean is annoying. Sometimes he can be perverted.
Oh. You know what? I'm gonna go for it. I think the Tiffany is a bitch.
Oh, here it is.
I'm about to show you how much each of you make.
That number was just ridiculous.
I feel like I'm watching people get beheaded.
You'll be selecting 3 people to potentially terminate.
Whoa!
I'm gonna throw up.
What is the right thing to do?
This isn't a game show, taking somebody and putting them on an island.
This is real life.
Is there a way to lessen a pay?
$20,000 pay decrease.
I can't take money from somebody else.
My heart is here. I work my ass off. I bleed for this company.
Does someone have to go?
You're upset? We were upset too. You have been terminated from your position.
The DFX employees are gathered in the warehouse where the results of their votes have just been revealed. Tom, Paige, and Brian have been selected as the bottom 3 employees. Each are now up for possible termination from the company.
So these are the 3. You guys are gonna... Oh, I think we need a recount.
I agree.
I don't know what the heck happened. I think we got a gross mistake going on here. This is a pretty serious issue here. We got a lot of things at stake. Without me keeping everything on track, this could be a problem.
It's not right. No.
I'm hurting. I don't think it's about my work performance. I think it's about how people feel about me.
Now that the 3 of you have been identified as the problem employees, you will be given a chance to individually appeal to the group.
I shouldn't be on that list. They told me, hey, this is what's wrong. Okay, don't do that no more. It's a simple fix.
Folks, now that I know, I can't wait for any more crap. I'll be back.
You all right, Brian?
Gonna probably puke.
I'm ready to put everything in the past, and I'm like, good, great, no big deal. I'll do what I need to do. I'll be as professional as possible, right? And then it happened.
Apparently it's not over with.
And I'm sitting here going, what did I do to you that had you treat me that way?
Well, that's kind of whack.
What are we gonna do?
I think these people are going to wake up sooner or later because nobody here really knows what it takes to do the R&D and the loose ends that we do.
I don't believe Tom on the bottom right now.
I don't know, man. I think
His value to this company and what he does, no one else can do.
You okay?
No,
Come here. Sometimes it doesn't always go your way,
I know.
even if it's not right.
And I can accept that, but I can't accept that has nothing to do with me.
I know.
There's no point in having this conversation. You're detracting from what I was just saying. I didn't create this mess. For me to walk out here, nothing would change.
Tom will never see what's wrong with him. You know, you heard him. When the votes were tallied, he said, no, this has to be wrong, this has to be wrong.
He will never change because he doesn't see a flaw.
I think he needs to step back and let Farron run the company.
I think it might be good for it.
I was kind of expecting to see Paige in there. I mean, she's very valuable. She's valuable, she just has not in the right place.
Only person that would really see it terminated if they don't really have a good something to say would probably be Brian.
What are you doing?
Cooling down before I strangle choke out of somebody. To be honest, yes, I'm scared. I mean, I knew I had some issues that I had to deal with, but I didn't know it was company-wide. I've been trying to make nice. I told you I apologize.
Obviously, you know, it's more than one person. I think maybe it should be addressed.
I don't know what to say to keep my job. But once they see exactly what I do, huh? No, they'll get that, you know, keeping me is a good thing.
I know that you have problems with her, but Paige and Rosemary, they're good kids. I mean, they're young, they're inexperienced.
But you don't know the whole picture with them.
You're right, I don't. But here's the thing, I don't think you do either, Tom.
I think I do.
No, Tom, what
You don't think you do?
What you really don't understand is a lot of times you brush people off because you automatically think that you always have the right opinion and that you always know everything. It shows that you're not willing to change.
You've been listening to Paige.
No, that's
Paige
not
has
Paige
been burning.
talking.
Paige or either Rosemary has been
Paige
polluting
or
your brain
Rosemary
cells.
talking. That is everybody talking.
Paige is a smart little girl, but she's still a little girl with no experience.
She's smart and she puts up with you, Tom.
No, she doesn't put up with me.
Yeah,
she
does,
gets paid
Tom.
for being here, so
She
here.
doesn't get paid enough, trust me. Tom, he's not the owner, he's not the CEO. What I don't want is you making business decisions because that should be Farron's job. He started this company, he's built it up, but the fact is that he needs to change or he needs to go.
I know you're kind of hurt, right?
Oh, dude, yeah. And if you think about it, I was the one that originally caused the hurt in the first place. Life is a mirror. Anytime you're pointing a finger that way, there's three pointing back at you. Michael Jackson said it the best. You want to make a change in the world? Look at the man in the mirror.
You need to convince people that you can change.
Yeah.
You want to hear what I've written down so far?
I'm sure.
The 5 months of the company, and then the problems that already existed. All the warnings I received coming in here about potential issues with Tom.
I think maybe you need to find a way to say all that without constantly using Tom's name.
I need to be there for Paige, but I need her to take responsibility for some of the issues between her and Tom because otherwise people are going to use that against her. And I'm afraid that if she doesn't do that, they're just going to let her go.
You need to think about what you're going to say now.
Why should I have to do this? Who's here that put this together that's been here longer than 10 years? To think that 30 years could be out the window for me over staff that don't know what it takes. It's hard to digest.
I know you're valuable to this company, Tom, and I think that not everybody understands your value.
Well, it's because they're all get mad. They get mad at how you go after them and stuff, and they don't see why.
You know, what I'm gonna have to do is sit down and look at this and kind of go over some points. It's not over with yet.
So is there multiple people getting fired or just one? Or is anybody getting fired?
Maybe it's just a realignment.
Does somebody have to go?
I don't know if everybody has to go.
If they vote to terminate Tom, why does Paige need to be here? Because Tom doesn't need a personal assistant anymore if he's terminated.
That's a good point.
I can't wait for Brian's presentation, though.
The bottom three write their appeals. After hearing them, the group must decide what's best for the company. Does someone need probation? Does another need a pay cut? And the toughest question of all, does someone have to go?
Oh my gosh. We're here now. I'm going to deal with it. See if we can get some forgiveness from some of the people that I may have rubbed the wrong way. What is the right thing to do?
Let's just get some more files in there first. The reason for I'm being here is because my kid, everything revolves around that. This job actually affords me the freedom to be there at his, baseball games. Oh, come on, you're not supposed to be like that. He's gonna be so proud that I at least learned to be man enough to say, hey, Daddy screwed up. But he's gonna take responsibility for his stuff. Is there any way you can kind of go away so I can be with myself about this one right now? Because like right now, I just want to get, I only have so much more time left to actually make a difference so that I can potentially keep my position here and not have to worry about what I'm doing with my kid or not doing with my kid.
I feel so alone. I'm just pleading that they don't ignore the real issue because I'm not the issue.
The time has come for the bottom three employees to plead their case to the group. Brian is the first to appeal. But will he be able to prove his value to the company and convince his peers that he can change his attitude?
So I wanted to take this opportunity to kind of give you an overview of what I do and why it's of value for the company.
All I can think about is I hope he got it together because I don't want to do his job.
Here's Tijuana, and this is Simi Valley up here, all the way out to Palm Springs. Let's see here. I have all of this stuff going on in my head, like, oh my God, I can't portray myself as the hothead. I can't portray myself as the, as the crybaby, and bear with me just a moment. My brain just went, poo. And then we go 1, 2, 3, and so on, and I'm still working on that list. Maybe I'm not gonna go down to Tijuana and then drive all the way up to Simi Valley in the same day.
I'm extremely confused.
Here is 000, which is my house. Let me make sure I got the right screen up here real quick. As freaked out as I am, the more rational side of my brain started going, okay, relax. I can do this. This is the biggest reason why you want me out there. This is where they had our gyro. You can tell it's only a foot or two off the ground. One of the things that I would change is instead of using their pegs, we need to take our docking station and make it so that it'll fit on pegboards. That's a good idea. Not a bad idea. My job is to make sure that our stuff's on the counter, and now our stuff is right in front. And I've done that in at least 40% of this retail store.
I didn't know what Brian did. He does a lot. That's what I needed to know.
And the bottom line is, that's the reason why I'm doing all this. That's my kid. This job affords me the opportunity to work schedules that allow me to do things with him. And it wasn't until they came in and said, what's gonna happen if you lose this job? And I said, if I lose this job, then I'm not gonna be able to do what I need to do with my kiddo. And that really sucked. And it put me in a position to kind of think about, what am I really doing here?
Seeing Brian's son didn't necessarily impact my decision, but it did make it a little more relatable.
This experiment taught me the bull in the china closet is not the way to be. And each and every one of you had an opportunity to show me how am I being a bull in your china closet.
You feel like you bring any worth to the company?
Of course I do. Sales went up when I was out there doing the stores. All I need to do is work on my attitude with each and every one of you, and I guarantee you, that man right there is what's keeping me in line, and I'll make sure I will make this company work and be profitable. Thank you very much for your time, I appreciate it.
His presentation got a little sappy at the end when he threw the little emotional card out there, which was a good touch. But he came in really humble, and I was super impressed.
While Brian has done his best to convince the group of his worth to DFX, Paige needs to win over several of her coworkers by persuading them that she is not the real problem behind the company's dysfunction.
Hello, everyone. So I'm here to talk to you a little bit about myself and what I've done. All I want to say is that I'm young. I have time to learn. I'll be the first to admit that I have weaknesses, I have flaws. I do know that me and Tom have bumped heads a lot. I do blame Tom for the problems in the company. I think it's just the way he treats people that made me look arrogant or rude. I do feel that I have values to this company, though. I wrote the website, and in doing so, we've brought in that to #1 on Google.
Paige is still worried only about Paige. Everything that comes out of her mouth is I, me. And in a lot of the projects that she mentioned, I helped her. Did you just say that you got one of our products on Google all by yourself, the #1?
I know you worked with the sponsored areas.
Okay, but you just said you alone got our product #1 on Google.
I rewrote the website. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, then let's go there on the website. 3 people in this company didn't agree with the last paragraph. You told me that it was approved and it was staying. That's your words to me.
It was approved. Tom did not want to go over it any further.
When I talked to him, he asked me to have it removed.
I think you're badgering me here with this question.
Seeing Lisa attack Paige right now was confusing. I think that she wanted to make it seem like her best interest was to keep Tom around.
Do you feel that in your position, most or all the decisions you have made have been in the best interest of the company and your fellow coworkers?
I do believe that the decisions I made were the best way I thought I should.
Yes or no? Do you feel that the decisions you've been making have been in the best interest of the company and your coworkers?
Yes.
That's what I wanted to hear.
I have my student loans to pay. I need this job. I hope you can relate that I'm trying in an adverse situation to put forth good work. So I'm sorry, maybe I have rubbed all of you the wrong way, but I don't think that that has so much to do with my work performance.
Paige's strategy is clear. She comes in, she blames everything on Tom, then she starts crying. She's the real manipulator in the office, not me.
Anything else, guys? Lisa surprised me. The way she acted towards me was so cold and so uncalled for. That came out of left field.
Maybe we should make you the new boss. Come on, Jim.
Last to appeal, Tom will need to assure everyone that he can relinquish control and trust his daughter Farron to run the company. But with the majority questioning his ability to stop micromanaging, the odds are stacked against him.
All right, guys. I think you know why we're all here. I got 30 years in this project. I want to stay around another few more years, and should this go down the wrong way, I mean, there could be some serious consequences. All right, guys. I got to make my appeal now, and I got to stand in front of the jury and tell them why I shouldn't go. I think it's obvious why I shouldn't go. I'm the guy that put all this together. I got a list here of stuff that just goes on, and it just rattles about all the loose ends. You know, but I don't think I need that. You know, I think what we need to look at, I mean, this is my baby, and being someone that has developed this product from nothing to something is not easy. Working with family, God knows that's not easy. But we're all family. I expect more from family. Sometimes I'll get in your face and try to make you understand or see how we can make things improve. And if I've rubbed anybody the wrong way, I apologize.
I have never heard Tom apologize. I think that took a lot.
It's something. It's something that we're working on.
Tom doesn't cry. So I know it was really getting to him. So I'm torn on what to do because I know that if Tom wasn't a part of the company in some form, I don't think it would really move forward.
If we can get these loose ends tied up, maybe it's inter-office conflict, maybe it's myself, you know? The future is gonna be so bright if we can move this thing to the next level.
I feel really unsure about things because the people that enable him keep allowing him to act the way that he does, then nothing's ever gonna change.
Now, it's in your hands. Let's see where we go from here. Thanks for your time. I didn't take any questions from anyone. I don't feel I need to have any questions. I hope peace is made, but I feel like I left so much out. When the emotion comes out, you're tongue-tied, you know, and you just, you want to explain yourself. Silence sometimes explains a lot.
Now that the bottom three have made their pleas, it's up to the group to decide their fate. And it's not going to be easy.
We've got Brian.
I was nervous for him.
I was ready to axe him.
We all know that a leopard can't change its spots.
When he walks into the office, he's disruptive, he lingers. But I think if he came into the office, handled his paperwork, and got out without lingering, he would
Be more of a benefit.
Yeah. Brian loses his job. I'm totally screwed, and I'm gonna have to drive around in that little ass car. So, you know, I felt the need to get behind what Brian's saying.
We don't really know how much he's bringing in.
That position is essential to expand and bring in the profit.
That began because of Tom. Tom's the one who pushed for that to happen.
All right, what do you want to do with Tom?
Tom and I are really good friends. But the bottom line is he's offended each and every one of us.
Up until right before that speech, he was still denying that there was anything wrong with the way he behaved. His mood swings makes it a very difficult place to work. If we could have less of him in the office, this would be a much more productive and much more friendly place to work in. Can we continue with his style of doing things?
Good point. Can we?
I think Tom should definitely stay on. He's essential to this business.
Matt?
I think Tom should stay, but I think he needs some boundaries.
I need to hear him say that he is willing to give Farron the reins and respect her decisions.
He said he's hardwired. We need to rewire that.
Does someone have to go?
I don't think anyone has to go. This is the strongest team that I've seen.
Okay, but we have one more. It's Paige.
As far as any value to DFX, I don't see it.
You can't compare Paige to everybody else. She's not a sales. She's an assistant.
During her whole speech, what I heard was, I, me.
Lisa, you need to treat them equally.
I am treating them equally, okay?
I have to intervene here because I think that she could be an asset to the company because she is really good at press releases.
She is really good at pushing Tom's button, and she's really good at being disruptive. Her conduct is unbecoming of any employee at any business. She should be terminated.
So is Tom's, though. If we were to say
We're
that
on
she
page,
was...
though.
I know,
We're on page.
But if
So
he's
we
going
need
to
to
say
stay
this
focused
about
on what's
Paige,
going on. One at a
if he's
time.
going to say this about Paige...
Lord have mercy.
Everyone in this company was applying a different standard to Paige, and I don't get it. Paige does well with Tom and his antics. It's important that we keep her on. Paige was brought into a situation with a boss who is off the handle. If we're going to judge Paige by that criteria, then we should be firing Tom.
I don't think you know the whole story. You aren't in the room when she starts.
Paige should have respect for someone who's built the company.
I say fire Paige.
We should be firing Tom.
The time is up for the group to reach a consensus, and the bosses return to hear the verdicts for each of the three problem employees. Unaware that her father is in the bottom three, Farron is in for a big surprise.
I'm thinking to myself, what the hell did I just do?
Hi, Farron.
To know that one decision can affect somebody so dramatically is difficult.
I just want to say really quickly, this has been such a stressful day for me. I didn't think that this was going to be difficult for me to make a decision or to hear what your decisions are, but I've been shaking all day. So that being said, I can see that there's three people that aren't here.
The first one I'm looking for is my dad. I don't see him. That's why I am so extremely nervous. Now it's in front of my face. I don't know what to do.
I gave these last 48 hours to you guys to try to improve this company. I hope that you guys see how difficult it really is to be a boss. With that being said, I'd like to hear what you guys came up with.
Let's start, and we're gonna bring in Brian.
Walking out there, looking at Dave Kellogg and seeing his deadpan look, I was like, oh, fudge. Hey, everybody.
Hey, Brian. You came in, Brian, and you made an on-the-spot presentation. We're happy to see that you found some motivation. But ultimately, there's no way around all the past issues, confrontations. We've all had them with you. This is why it's so difficult to work with you.
I don't even know what to say to that.
It's time to get to business. Brian, at the end of the day,
I'll be back.
You all right, Brian?
Yeah, I just gotta go to the bathroom, dude. You know, body-wise, my body was just a wreck. From butterflies in my stomach to, you know, like I'm drinking way too much liquid, and of course, coffee. Like, I was literally like tied to the restroom this whole time.
Brian, this is what our decision is. We want you to stay with the company, but on certain restrictions. You will be set on a 90-day probationary period and review. We will be tracking your performance, Brian. There will be follow-up calls that will be made to the stores that you are visiting, and you need to work on your presentation. Brian, do you accept these terms that we have outlined for you today?
Of course I do. And you won't be let down. I can guarantee that. Oh my God. Oh my God. I don't know what to do. I feel vindicated. Vindicated, is that the right word? I don't know. It might be. A weight has been lifted from my shoulders. I was freaking out. There was a lot of crazy things going through this awesome noodle of mine. Family does mean a lot. I will make sure that I'm a part of the family, and that's how we're going to move forward this company. Thank you.
I did not ever think anyone in this office would keep Brian because he irritates everybody. But for everybody to have an extreme change of heart, something really had to take place.
Yeah, I thought looking on your face, I was dead. I'm proud of the fact that I was able to change who I was being such that they actually got to see the real me and make a choice that was best for the company. What I'm really hoping is that my kid gets to see that no matter what you do, if you stick to your own personal beliefs, you'll go far.
With Brian having secured his future employment with DFX, it's now time for Paige to learn her fate with the company.
My stomach hurts, my head's spinning, and I'm just thinking, none of these people fought for what they wanted for themselves, to be treated properly and be able to make their ends meet. Why would they give a about what happens with me?
I'm nervous for Paige because most of the people here have a loyalty to Tom. I think it's just completely wrong that she's even having to do this.
Paige, even though you have been here a very short amount of time, we have come to realize how talented you are and how intelligent. But ultimately, we are asked a tough question. In order to fix this company, does someone have to go?
I just want to know. I'm just starting out in life, and they have the power to look at me like I don't have what it takes, and I hope that's not the case. I just want to get this over with.
In order to fix this company, does someone have to go? The answer that we have come to is that you are not a valuable asset for DFX Sports and Fitness. Paige, you have been terminated from your position at DFX.
I can't really speak right now.
Paige and I have had some difficulties. There's been a lot of lack of respect. Each and every one of us can find it challenging to work with her. So firing Paige is the best thing moving forward.
Paige, it was all about business. Ultimately.
Every one of my coworkers let me down.
There were two of us that disagreed. There was a majority rule on what's best for the business.
Hurts. I really hope things get figured out. I know it's a lot beyond me. I hope I find a new job, that I get treated well, I get respected, and my work is acknowledged. I hope that Tom shares human experiences with people and he learns how badly he treats people. Whether or not he believes that it's okay because he's the boss or he's in charge, it's just not right.
Now that Paige has been fired from DFX, Tom's daughter Farron anxiously awaits the group's verdict on her father's future employment with the company.
Good day, guys. I have no idea the direction that staff is going. And here I am. I'm in the middle of the chopping block. We're here.
I am so upset that Paige is being fired, but I am most worried about my dad. What do I do if they want to fire him? I can't fire my dad. I can't do that.
Tom, this experience is hard for all of us. You have driven all of us crazy at times. You've made us mad, made us cry.
I was touched by what you said earlier. I felt like everything you said earlier truly came from your heart.
You did.
This is really incredibly tough. I didn't see it coming. We've been down some roads together. It's been pretty tough.
It is.
I'll be honest. No one wants you to go. However, to stay, it will be under these guidelines.
What are you requiring?
You say you're wired. It's time for you to step aside and reboot so we can gear you in the right direction. You will have a mandatory 30-day reboot away from the office. When you come back, we will set boundaries and limitations for you. You are to go through Farron, so she can go through the chain of command to direct those orders through management and stem down through the rest of the staff. If you step out of boundaries, you will be held accountable for your actions. Do you accept these terms?
The company needs you. Tom is very important to this company. He knows how to bring a product to light. He knows how to build it and make it work. So he should stay.
I want to be truthful with you. It's difficult for me to sit back and keep hands off. I'm listening to what they're saying, and I can't change. And I already know that. I am who I am. I do what I do. I love you guys, but I don't think I can do it. You know what, guys? I appreciate all the hard work that you guys have put into this. I really do. Wow, this is tough, man. And I'm thinking about this whole project, and it brought a lot of stuff to light. I've got over 30 years in this project. I've got my daughter, I got my son, I got some dynamite team members down below, and I feel good about it. I think it's time for me to back down. I think it's time for you to take it. And I think you can take it and you can fly with it. And you guys can hit the next level.
He has to really be hurting to be crying like that and upset. The last time I saw my dad cry was when his dad died. And it's hard to have everyone see my dad, who is strong, to be weak.
I love you guys, but I don't think I can do it. I'm gonna resign.
This company will not, I repeat, will not ever be the same without Tom Smith.
It hit me that I could be the guy slowing the cogs down.
I don't think you should do this.
Tom, we're asking you for a reboot.
I can't.
We need
I
you
can't
here.
I can't keep my hands out of the project. I'm in your way. I'm slowing you down. I gotta back off. I can't back off a little. The only way I can do this is 100%. That's me.
You need to stay.
It's all yours.
I hope he does walk away as a better man.
I plan to work, my man.
If he gets anything out of this whole ordeal, I hope he sees that everybody still wanted to keep him and that everybody still loves him. I hope that means something to him.
Wow. Tony, keep your eyes on things, buddy. Yeah. And Dave. Likewise.
Enjoy.
You got a lot of projects you got to work on, big guy.
Calling you every day.
You know?
The man built this place. The man is this place. Yeah, he can get under your skin, he can piss you off, and you want to kick his butt. But I'll tell you what, if you're in trouble, who do you want behind you? Tom.
And Farron, spread those wings and make it happen, girl. I love you. To be able to pass on something that was my life to my family, to my teammates, it's sensational. This is not a regret. I don't have to worry about anything. I can just go.
I think you guys made some really good decisions. I don't think I could have done it any better myself.
Wasn't easy.
We've been on an emotional roller coaster for 2 days now. But we've also learned so much about each other.
I've learned that some people are selfish. Some people that you think are selfish are really considerate. And I learned that some people love something enough to make a sacrifice, you know? And that's what he did. So we'll see what happens, and we'll see if we can all push it through to the next level and make him proud.
I've had a whole new insight about being a boss and about how much you go through and how hard it is on you. And I just want to tell you that I look up to you so much.
Thank you. I'll give you a hug. It really feels good that the people that are still here know my dad's important. They know that there's some reason behind his insanity of being Tom. I really, really appreciate that.
I know. Gosh, you don't even know.
close the docs. Are we done with that?
Yeah. Hi, Ishmael. My name is Cameron. I'm with DFX.
I was just wondering how your countertop display was.
We have new accounts every single month. Our profits are up 10%, and that's just from my employees being happy.
So all those are done. All those have been completed.
This is the beginning of a new DFX. After Tom left, I moved into Tom's old office, and I've got to decorate it a little bit. It feels like a woman works in there. It's nice.
How are sales? Where are we at?
We have met our goal. We got over 8 new accounts for the month,
Good job.
which is great.
Everybody's on the same page, which we're normally not.
We are off and running, full bore. Finally.
Yeah. It definitely improved a lot of things.
This process really did make a huge difference in my life. You know, the old adage, getting a checkup from the neck up, completely applies to me. Hey, Lisa.
Morning, how are you?
What I discovered about myself is, hey, I come in like a bull in a china cabinet. Not just here, but everywhere in my life. Hey, Tiffany.
Hi, Brian. How are you?
I got those 2 stores I'm gonna hit this weekend.
Brian has definitely changed. He comes in happy, cheery. He's not that annoying Brian that used to come in the office.
The stores are looking great. They're all excited to see me coming in every month.
Yeah, good job.
Brian is still Brian. He's like 80% better.
I see you interacting with everybody. I see you smiling. You're definitely bubblier.
I think after this whole situation, I've been a lot more personable and myself a little more.
How's Paige doing?
She's really good, actually. She just started working at a property management company, and she gets paid really well, and she's well respected and appreciated. Paige is in a better place right now, and she wouldn't go very far here with the way that she was being held back.
I'm glad she's doing well.
Yeah, thank you for asking. I'll let her know you asked.
After the experiment was done, it created a lot of emotions. And it's kind of difficult to cut loose. But you know, Farron as a boss has exceeded my expectations to make things happen.
What do you think about the office?
It looks sharp, girl. You've done it up. You didn't like my red, huh?
Yep.
I'd say probably the best message for Farron is that, wow. She is doing a great job, and her dad's really proud. I'm impressed.
Thanks.
I really am.
Next week on Does Someone Have to Go?
You're always telling me how great it's going. It's not.
The office staff are dysfunctional.
You're a smartass.
One of our main components is drunk. Go faster. Go faster.
I've never come to work drunk.
You have got to get this thing turned around.
What'd you do all day yesterday?
It was slow.
All of you are going to become the boss of this company. And you may have to make the toughest decision of all. Does someone have to go?
I'm done with this.
You know what, guys? I appreciate all the hard work that you guys have put into this. I really do. Wow, this is tough, man. And I'm thinking about this whole project, and it brought a lot of stuff to light. I've got over 30 years in this project. I've got my daughter, I got my son, I got some dynamite team members down below, and I feel good about it. I think it's time for me to back down. I think it's time for you to take it. And I think you can take it and you can fly with it. And you guys can hit the next level.
He has to really be hurting to be crying like that and upset. The last time I saw my dad cry was when his dad died. And it's hard to have everyone see my dad, who is strong, to be weak.
I love you guys, but I don't think I can do it. I'm gonna resign.
This company will not, I repeat, will not ever be the same without Tom Smith.
It hit me that I could be the guy slowing the cogs down.
I don't think you should do this.
Tom, we're asking you for a reboot.
I can't.
We need
I
you
can't
here.
do.
We
I
just
can't
need
keep
you to
my hands
take a
out of the
break.
project. I'm in your way. I'm slowing you down. I gotta back off. I can't back off a little. The only way I can do this is 100%. That's me.
You need to stay.
It's all yours.
I hope he does walk away as a better man.
Our plan didn't work, my man.
If he gets anything out of this whole ordeal, I hope he sees that everybody still wanted to keep him and that everybody still loves him. I hope that means something to him.
Wow. Tony, keep your eyes on things, buddy. Yeah. And Dave. Likewise.
Enjoy it.
You got a lot of projects you got to work on, big guy.
Calling you every day.
You know?
The man built this place. The man is this place. Yeah, he can get under your skin, he can piss you off, and you want to kick his butt. But I'll tell you what, if you're in trouble, who do you want behind you? Tom.
And Farron, spread those wings and make it happen, girl. I love you. To be able to pass on something that was my life to my family, to my teammates, it's sensational. This is not a regret. I don't have to worry about anything. I can just go.
I think you guys made some really good decisions. I don't think I could have done it any better myself.
Wasn't easy.
We've been on an emotional roller coaster for 2 days now. But we've also learned so much about each other.
I learned that some people are selfish. Some people that you think are selfish are really considerate. And I learned that some people love something enough to make a sacrifice, you know? And that's what he did. So we'll see what happens, and we'll see if we could all push it through to the next level and make him proud.
I've had a whole new insight about being a boss and about how much you go through and how hard it is on you. And I just want to tell you that I look up to you so much.
Thank you. I'll give you a hug.
It really feels good that the people that are still here know my dad's important. They know that there's some reason behind his insanity of being Tom. I really, really appreciate that.
I know. Gosh, you don't even know.
How about the pros or docs? Are we done with that?
Hi, Ishmael. My name is Cameron. I'm with DFX.
I was just wondering how your countertop display was.
We have new accounts every single month. Our profits are up 10%, and that's just from my employees being happy.
So all those are done. All those have been completed.
This is the beginning of a new DFX. After Tom left, I moved into Tom's old office, and I've got to decorate it a little bit. It feels like a woman works in there. It's nice. How are sales? Where are we at?
We have met our goal. We got over 8 new accounts for the month, which is great.
Everybody's on the same page, which we're normally not.
We are off and running, full bore. Finally.
Yeah. It definitely improved a lot of things.
This process really did make a huge difference in my life. You know, the old adage, getting a checkup from the neck up, completely applies to me.
Hey, Lisa.
Morning, how are you?
What I discovered about myself is, hey, I come in like a bull in a china cabinet. Not just here, but everywhere in my life. Hey, Tiffany.
Hi, Brian, how are you?
I got those 2 stores I'm gonna hit this weekend.
Brian has definitely changed. He comes in happy, cheery. He's not that annoying Brian that used to come in the office.
The stores are looking great. They're all excited to see me coming in every month.
Yeah, good job. Brian is still Brian. He's like 80% better.
I see you interacting with everybody. I see you smiling. You're definitely bubblier.
I think after this whole situation, I've been a lot more personable and myself a little more.
How's Paige doing?
She's really good, actually. She just started working at a property management company and she gets paid really well and she's well respected and appreciated. Paige is in a better place right now and she wouldn't go very far here with the way that she was being held back.
I'm glad she's doing well.
Yeah, thank you for asking. I'll let her know you asked.
After the experiment was done, it created a lot of emotions. And it's kind of difficult to cut loose. But you know, Farron as a boss has exceeded my expectations to make things happen.
What do you think about the office?
It looks sharp, girl. You've really done it up. You didn't like my red, huh?
Yep.
I'd say probably the best message for Farron is that, wow. She is doing a great job, and her dad's really proud. I'm impressed.
Thanks.
I really am.
Next week on Does Someone Have to Go?
You're always telling me how great it's going. It's not.
The office staff are dysfunctional.
You're a smartass.
One of our main components is drunk. Go faster. Go faster.
I've never come to work drunk.
You have got to get this thing turned around.
What'd you do all day yesterday?
It was slow.
All of you are going to become the boss of this company. And you may have to make the toughest decision of all. Does someone have to go?
I'm done with this.